Hi everyone, so I've decided to do a little video of the Meiringspoort heart. I started with 8 single crochets into a magic ring. So I didn't do a tutorial for that because I'm taking it for granted you all know how to do that. So if you don't know how to do a magic ring, you can also just do, make a ring any way that you like, as long as you have single crochets in your ring. And then so this color is, I'm not using the same color as the pattern, but this color is the Stylecraft Special DK and it's copper. And now I'm going to start the second round, round 2, with Vintage Peach. So you're going to work into any single crochet. You're going to do a single crochet and a chain. Single crochet and a chain, single crochet. So you single crochet into the single crochet and you're creating a chain space, alright, because you're going to be working into that chain space in the next round. Alright, so you're just going to go all the way around like that. So you'll have 8 single crochets and you'll have 8 chain spaces. Okay, so I've done my 8 single crochets, 8 chain spaces and worked in my tails. I just wanted to show you my little stash basket, because these little hearts are great stash busters, and you know how you have those little bits and pieces left over from bigger projects. Well, I never throw them away. Even my tails, when I cut them off, I put them in a bag and I keep them for stuffing. But what I do is I just roll. I make these like tiny little sort of cakes and I have a basket, and you know, when I feel like doing all sorts of things, then you know, sometimes when I just have an idea or I'm playing around, I have this little basket with a hook and a scissor, small scissor, always at the ready, you know, because I don't like to now be going looking for bits and pieces of yarn. I have it all ready and I just roll them up into little balls like that, you know, just little, so you know, and so that's what I'm using. I'm using that. Okay, so now we're going to use Stylecraft Special DK and I'm using the raspberry. And we're going to be working, so this is round number 3, so we're going to be working popcorns into those chain 1 spaces. Okay, so conventional popcorns, chain 3. So what I did want to mention was, I'm using US terms because I learned to crochet in US terms, so I've stuck to that. But if you are a UK, a Scandinavian or Australian crocheter, then obviously you are working double crochets, not single crochets, because UK terms, a single crochet is a double crochet. So you're working 8 double crochets into a magic ring, and then you're working a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. But of course in US terms, it's a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1. So now I'm starting with a chain 3, which is equal to 1 double crochet. In UK terms, it's equal to 1 treble. And now we're going to work 5 double crochet. Well, we're just going to work a regular popcorn. So the UK ladies, I mean, you know what the stitch is. You know how to make these. So we must have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to slip into the back of that, pull through, and then we're going to chain 1 to close and chain 2. Alright, then you're going to yarn over and basically do exactly the same. Alright, so you're not counting your closing chain. Alright, so you're just working into that chain 1 space like that. So you're going to be doing 8 popcorns with a chain 2 space in between. Okay, so you chain 1 to close, 1, 2. Okay, one more time. Going to pop that into your chain 1. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the yarn's a bit squeaky, it's only because it is incredibly hot and humid here at the moment, and as much as I try, my hands tend to like sweat a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so you're just going to do 8 of those, so your stitch count is going to be 8 popcorns and 8 chain 2s, and I'll see you at the end of this round, which is round number 3. Colour we're using Raspberry Stylecraft Special DK. Okay, so to close, you're just going to slip stitch into the top of your first popcorn like that, and fasten off. I always like to do slip stitch, make it nice and strong. So that is the end of round number 3, and I shall see you at the beginning of round number 4. Okay, so I'm kind of rooting around trying to find a pretty colour for my next round, round number 4. So I've actually been spending my holiday, you know, this is my Christmas holiday. I promised myself that I would. I've been working pretty much constantly without a break since kind of October, no, maybe September 2016. I've not had a break. I've basically worked through weekends and so on and so forth. So I promised myself that I would take a couple of weeks off, but you know, I've worked every day. I'm actually working on the new wrap, and hopefully that pattern will be ready in the first week or so, in the beginning of January. Okay, so enough of the idle chit chat. We're going to be working in, actually I've changed my mind on this colour, I think, because this is not a DK, so I am going to stick with the Stylecraft Special DK, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think this colour is olive. I think I'll just stick with the same, you know, the same brand colour. Okay, so we're going to be working into our chain 2 space. So we're going to chain 3, which is equal to 1 double crochet in US terms and 1 treble in UK terms. So I've got, you know, holding my little strand at the back there, and we're going to work another 3 double crochets into the chain 2 space. So, you know, the sequence is 4 double crochets into each of the chain 2 spaces. Okay, so just going to go around like that. This is all pretty straightforward. It gets a little bit more complicated towards the end rounds. Okay, so you're just going to be working 4 double crochets, or in UK terms 4 trebles, into your chain 2 space, and you should have 8 of those sets, and I shall see you at the end of this excuse me, I shall see you at the end of round number 4. Okay, so I'm finished with my olive colour and we are going to slip stitch into the top of the beginning chains, which I've done there. So I'm just going to, you know, use a slip knot to close, but you know, if you want to do an invisible join, then you know, please go ahead. I still tend to sort of just, you know, do my own thing when it comes to that. Okay, and you know, you just work in your ends. So a lot of people don't like working in ends, but in fact I do for some reason. It kind of reminds me of the days when my children were still small, and I used to embroider at night. Can you believe it? My eyesight was so good then. I could embroider tiny little stitches, but I just found using the needle and thread or any kind of like hand sewing very relaxing. And of course my eyesight is not so great now. I'm quite farsighted. I always have been a bit farsighted my whole life, even as a child. Okay, so there we are, round number 1, 2, 3, so we're ending round number 4, and we've done 4 double crochets, or in UK terms trebles, into each of the chain 2 spaces. So I shall see you at the next round, round number 5. Okay, so the colour that I'm using for round number 5 is parchment. So it's a Stylecraft. I'm not going to mention that again. All the colours that I'm using here are Stylecraft Special DK. 100% acrylic. It's a yarn I use for a lot of my projects because it has so many colours. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to do a double crochet front post around around any popcorn. Okay, so as I said before, sometimes I see people using this tail as well when they do that. That's sort of if you're starting like that, but I don't. I just find it makes it a little bit, looks a bit sort of thick there. So you're just doing that double crochet front post around your a popcorn, any popcorn, okay? And of course in UK terms that will be a treble front post. And then you're going to work a single crochet into the back posts of your double crochets from your previous round, like that, okay? So you're just going to work into those back posts like that. Then you're going to yarn over and repeat your double crochet front post over your popcorn. Okay, then you're going to be working those into that back loop. You can also work it into the 2 back loops, you know, those 2, like that, if you want to. You know, you can also work it into the 2 back loops, or you can work into 1 back loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yarn over and a double crochet front post. Okay, and you just carry on like that. So that's it. So it's a double crochet front post over each of your popcorns, and then you're working 1 single crochet into the back posts of your 4 double crochets in between your popcorns. Okay, and I shall see you at the end of round number 5. Okay, so this is just to show you where your next set of stitches are going to go. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to start into that space. So we are on round number 6 now, and the colour that I'm using is Storm Blue, Stylecraft Special DK. So we're going to be starting into that space. It's kind of a joining space between your last single crochet, you know, into those double crochets, and your double crochet front post. Alright, so obviously the UK ladies, they know what stitches those are. Those are double crochets and those are trebles. So we're going to start in that joining space. So just make sure that you sort of get, you know, there we go, like that. Okay, and you know, so it's like sort of a little hole there. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3 equal to 1 double crochet, or in UK terms 1 treble, and then you're going to work another double crochet, and then you're going to work a treble. So I'm using, you know, US terms. So in the UK terms, it's 2 trebles and 1 double treble. Then you're going to do another treble, so you're going to yarn over twice. That's I'm using. Okay, so I primarily use US terms, but I mean you can see what I'm doing, so you know what stitches they are. And then, so you're just mirroring the other side like that. Okay. Right. So this is my starting double crochet front post. So it's a little bit, looks a bit weird there. And then you're going to single crochet into the back loops of your next 13 stitches. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, and that'll bring you right to your next position where you need to do exactly the same as you did there. Okay, so you're going to yarn over and you're just going to go into that joining space. You're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 treble, 1, 2, 3. Going to skip over and go into that next joining space. Just make sure you go right into it, not into the top. 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochets, okay. Excuse me. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing. So you're creating your triangle. Instead of squaring up around or whatever, you basically triangling around. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, and we are here. So this is your next spot. 2 double crochets, or in UK terms 2 trebles, 1 treble US. Okay, and another one on the other side. Just make sure that you're getting into the right spot there. Two double crochets, 1, 2, and then, and so on, right? And so what you've created is you're creating your triangle there. Okay, so I shall see you at the end of this round, and to finish you just slip stitch into your beginning chains. Oops, almost left you high and dry. And your next lot of stitches, remember it's not 13, it'll be 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slip stitch into the top, and there we go. Okay, because we're making a heart, this is our shape, so that's our point, and our heart is going to form around like that. Okay, so what we have is, we're working now, so we've worked into those spaces, those joining spaces before and after your double crochet front posts. And we've done 13 single crochets into the back loops there, 13 single crochets into the back loop, and 8 single crochets there. Alright, so that is round number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. I always double check. Okay, so I shall go and work in my ends, and I shall see you at the beginning of round number 7. Okay, so we are on the tricky round number 7. So with round number 7, I'm going to be using the Stylecraft Special DK, and the colour is Duck Egg. It's one of my favourite colours. So now, what you're going to do is you're going to be starting into this set of double crochets and trebles, the sort of the short end. You know, these are the long ends and this is the short end. So you're starting here and you're working towards that end. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a chain 4, which is equal to 1 treble, or in UK terms a double treble. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do another chain, and that is a chain 1. So this is equivalent to 1 treble and 1 chain 1 in US terms, or a double treble and a chain 1 in UK terms. Then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to work. So now we've worked into the top of the first double crochet, then we're going to work into the space after. Let me just do that again. So you've done, okay, so you're working into the top of your first double crochet, then you're going to work between your next 2 stitches, chain 1, and then you're going to work into the top of the next double crochet. So the sequence is you're working into the top and you're working between. Then you're going to yarn over and you're going to work between your next 2 stitches, okay, because you worked into the top of your double crochet. Then you're going to work into the top of your treble like that and chain 1. Then you're going to work between the next 2 trebles, chain 1. Then you're going to work into the next treble. So you're working into and between your stitches. Yarn over, so we've worked into the treble, now we're working between the treble and the next double crochet. Chain 1, yarn over, and we're working into that double crochet. Okay, chain 1. Now we're working between the last 2 double crochets. Chain 1, and we're working into the last double crochet. We're working every single stitch and we're working between the stitches. So you should have 11, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're counting that as a treble. Then you're going to chain 1 and yarn over twice, and you're going to work your last hello you're going to work your last treble into that space between your last double crochet and your first single crochet into the back loop. Okay, then you're going to yarn over and you're going to work a half double crochet over that double crochet front post. Can you see? So yeah, sorry about that, that actually came with the yarn. I tried to pick it out but it's like right in the yarn there. Okay, so in UK terms that is a half treble. You're doing a half double crochet around your double crochet front post, and then you're going to repeat what you just did. So you're going to yarn over twice and you're going to work into the top of your first double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my attention's a bit slack there. Chain 1, work into the top of the double crochet. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, work between the double crochets. Okay, so you're just going to do exactly what you did on the other side. So you're working between and into, between and into, between and into. So you're working every single stitch and you're working the space in between them. So you just need to remember that you have done that. Okay, like so. Chain 1, so I've worked between, now I'm working into. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, working between, chain 1, working into the stitch, next stitch, working between. You know, I do talk to myself like that. So you're working between and you're working into that double crochet, because you're on the double crochets now. Chain 1, you're working between your last 2 double crochets. Okay, chain 1, working into your last double crochet. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and working into that space. Alright, before your next. I'm just going to kind of leave you there to finish that. So, okay, my tension was a bit slack there, so just make sure you don't make the same mistake as you're going across. Okay, so I'll just so I'll see you in a moment as you finish that. Oopsie. You are not going to be working into that space, okay? You will have 12 stitches. I completely forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so just make sure you have 12 stitches. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a long time since I've done this pattern. So, okay, so you know you've got your 12 trebles that side, 12 trebles that side. Okay, so you do not end into that space. You end with a treble into the top of your last double crochet, and that will give you 12 trebles on that side. Okay, so we've finished with our 12 trebles, and now what we're going to do is we're going to skip 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, and we'll skip 3 and into the 4th stitch you're going to do a slip stitch. Then you're just going to work a slip stitch into the back loop of the next 12 stitches. I can't think it's 12 or 13. So how many have we got? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we want to get to there, so that's 13. Then we are going to chain 1 and we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 13, and we're 13. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of your beginning chains like that. Pick up a yarn and breathe a sigh of relief that that round is done. Okay, so I've noticed with some of these that have been done that the ladies have not gone and blocked their work. Naughty, naughty. Blocking is so essential for shaping your work properly. Okay, it really makes a huge difference. And when you're doing this heart, and you don't block it, it will tend to sort of pucker slightly, and then it begins to look like Mickey Mouse on steroids. So when you're blocking it, you know, you need to pull it out there and make sure that you don't have that going on there. And you know, when you wet it and you make, you know, or steam block it, it's going to keep its shape, and it's going to continue keeping its shape as a nice plump heart. Okay, so that is the end of round number 7. So we are on round number 8. I haven't sewed in my tails yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a single crochet front post around your half double crochet front post. So in UK terms, that's a double crochet front post over a half treble. And just going to pull that a little bit tight, and then immediately, so there's a slight change from the written pattern, and I've actually changed a few things on the written pattern because there's a video now, and I don't have to go into such a long explanation. So the color that I'm using is the Raspberry Stylecraft Special DK, and then we're going to yarn over and work 1, 2, 3. So we're going to yarn over and then work a yarn over times 3, chain 1 to close, puff. So I always start with a yarn over, but I don't count that first yarn over. So and I don't know why, it's a way that I learned from YouTube tutorials, from the Spanish ladies, Brazilian ladies. They do that yarn over to start. So I'm going to start, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're just doing yarn over times 3, chain 1. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over times 3, chain 1. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're starting on the left, in the left section. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, you know, once you get the hang of this pattern, then, you know, you'll be just, you get very addicted to making them. So really simple little pattern, and once you know, just, I think this part is sort of the most complicated. Now, you see, I can't talk in crochet. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going very fast because, you know, there's lots of them, so I'm sure you know how to do them. 3. And if the yarn's a bit squeaky, as I said before, it is blimmin' hot. It's blimmin' hot here. Okay. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 1, 2, 3. You're going to work into that last space like that. Okay, and then you're going to immediately work a single crochet into, now, okay, so this is a bit tricky, and you don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it. You can go into the back loops of that top stitch, but I want to go into those back loops. So basically the very sort of first one, and then we're just going to go and work a single crochet. So you're going to work a single crochet into those back loops. Alright, so that is basically that sort of back loop of, I'm not even going to try and explain. I'll just show you where it is. Okay, I'm going to work a single crochet, and then, you know, I just use what I call my crochet nail. So it doesn't really work very well if I mean, it's a lot more difficult if you don't have nails, but I just pull it over like that. Okay, so now in the pattern I don't do that that puff. Okay, I do I think a single crochet into that space, but so you can do a single crochet if you like, but I thought I'm going to do the puff. I think what it does is it stops, you know, I've seen some people who've made this, and because of that single crochet there, it tends to pull in a little bit like that, you know, so then you get that kind of thing going on. But with that puff stitch there, it circumnavigates that pulling in, you know, and then you've got more of an even line. So you're just going to be working these single crochets into these funny little back loops here, kind of all the way until you get to the point. I think it's 13, you know. Right, so you know, we must just keep in mind where we're going. So there's the next one, and then there's that last one. Okay, I'm working with a 4mm hook, or in US it's a G6, I think. Okay, and then you are actually going to work into that, right into that corner there, right, and then you can chain one just to accentuate your corner. I'm being very picky now. And then you work directly again into your next. Okay, and that's so that you've got that nice little corner there. So let's just see if that works out. Yeah, I think it does. Okay, so, you know, not an exact science. But anyway, so you're going to carry on like that. Right. And then you're just going to do, you know, mirror exactly that side. So you're going to work into those back loops all the way up, and then you're going to work your well, I'll see you over here. Okay, so you know, you just work into all those little back loops, those, you know, because there they are presenting themselves, so you can't miss them. So you're going to work into all of them, and I'm just going to do a quick stitch count here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's basically 13 and then 13 up the other side. Okay, I'll see you here, and then we'll carry on with the puffs. Okay, so I've worked into that last back loop. Was it the last back loop? The last back loop. Well, we can count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I think maybe one more. Okay, moving. No, I think that's fine. Okay, so then you're going to yarn over and work a puff. 1, 2, 3. Okay, like that. And then 1, 2, 3. So I'm kind of working over my tails there. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Okay, squeaky yarn. Okay, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's gonna be exactly correct. I've just changed a few tiny little things on the pattern. That's why I'm counting now. Just to make sure that I 2, 3. Okay, you can just pull that to the back and snip it off. 2, 3. You know, as long as your sides have sort of got the equal amount of stitches and puffs and whatever, so that your heart doesn't look totally lopsided. Although technically our hearts are not symmetrical, they are asymmetrical. So, and then, so we're working into those chain ones between the trebles. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Just check again that that is 12. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you are going to, so I just pull that to the back like so, and you're going to do a slip stitch, kind of not a slip stitch, sorry, it's kind of a single crochet over your single crochet front post. Okay, or you can do it behind, but I just find that that's sort of a nice solid joint. Then you're going to pull this through like so. Okay, and then you're just going to take your darning needle and you're going to just put it through like that. There you go. So you see, when you do that single crochet, that beginning single crochet front post, you know, it's going to end it really, really well. And then, of course, if you're going to make this a hanging ornament, you know, I would go on to just do some chains. You know, just carry on doing some chains, as many as you want. And then, obviously, when you do your next one, then, you know, you'll have your chain loop. So make it a nice big chain loop there. You know, or obviously you can do another round, you know, to finish it off. Anyway, so that is it, the Meiringspoort heart. If you're just going to make it a little hanging, you know, you can also just work it like that. I haven't, you know, sewn in anything, so there we go. Okay, and I think I have solved the problem of it kind of pulling in like that. As I say, you know, blocking, if you are going to do a single crochet here instead of your puff, then I would suggest that you block it really well. But I mean, doing those puffs there rather than the single crochet has sorted out that problem. Okay, so that's the Meiringspoort heart. Meiringspoort is a really amazing place, and last year this time my husband and I were on holiday there, and we got caught in this incredible thunderstorm which had the mountain sort of coming down around us, and I wrote a story about that on my blog, so I shall put the link to the Meiringspoort heart story in the video. And then if you want to read more about that, you can go to my blog and read. So there you go, the Meiringspoort heart tutorial done and dusted. Yippee! On the 22nd of December 2017. So I shall see you in crochet land. Thanks for watching. Bye.